So here's the deal. I'm proposing today, and I got a voucher for a hot air balloon ride. This place, and it sounds like every hot air balloon place, will not fly the balloon unless there's absolutely no chance of wind or storms or anything like that. I've been checking the weather. Today's supposed to be pretty nice. Like, it's a really nice day out. I mean, look at the trees, they're not blowing anywhere. So I'm hoping that we can make this thing happen. I've got a plan B, but I really do not want to do it. Not that it's not good, but it's a hot air balloon. Come on. The last 3 times that I've called this place, the last 3 days, to check if they're doing flights or not, they canceled every one, including this morning. We can't have that happen for tonight. Please. Please, Lord. Alright, the time is now 4:09. I'm going to call back just to see if there has been any updates.
Hi, this is Dillard Balloons Flight Information Lines. If you are calling about the Saturday, 7 p.m. flight, the flight has been canceled. Even though the winds are really light right now, there's storms coming in overnight, and the winds are going to increase throughout the day. To repeat the announcement,
my plan B is this really cool overlook of Stillwater, and it's got the St. Croix River in the background and like this bridge that they're building, and it looks beautiful.
Hey everyone, so I'm here to talk about Luke's and my engagement. However, I just have to show you this beautiful ring one last time. Isn't that gorgeous? Didn't he do such a good job? So, as Luke and I have been dating over the past year, whenever we have gone on dates, he's pretty much 100% of the time has said, "Honey, it's a surprise date, I can't wait." And so usually I've never known when, where, or anything about where we are going. So that comes into play with the engagement because Luke had told me about a month out to keep July 9th open and free, and he told me it was a surprise date. So I had really no inkling of, well, is he going to propose? What is he going to do on that date?
I don't want to give anything away. I just told her, yeah, we're having a surprise date. I've told her that before too, and we'll go do something fun. So that's not really out of the ordinary.
However, for Luke, usually when he plans a date, it's usually about a week in advance. And this is about a good month in advance he told me to keep July 9th open. So I knew it was going to be a bigger date, but I kind of had an inkling he might ask me to marry him. But again, I was just so many possibilities that could have gone on with Luke, and he's very secretive sometimes, and it's hard to read him.
This is a complete secret.
So, at first I really did not have an inkling, and
Lauren's coming over at 5. She still doesn't know about this. I didn't tell her anything.
Going into the day, I went over to his house and we had dinner with his parents, and 2 of his cousins were there. And if anybody knows who I am, I love family, I love friends, I love talking, and I'm very outgoing, very extroverted, and so this was a perfect environment, for me to get to know more of his family members and just to chat with his parents. And it started off as being a really good day. And then we get into the car and we are traveling to our SoCal surprise date, and I took a little peek-sees at his GPS and it said we were going to Stillwater. And so I was kind of thinking, all right, great. Stillwater is one of my favorite towns. I love it there. I love the adventure, and the city is absolutely beautiful. So, we're going along, and, Luke's really quiet, and, his hands are kind of clammy, and, he's not as talkative as he usually is. And so I go, "Honey, what's wrong?"
I wasn't nervous this morning. I'm getting nervous now.
And, oh, nothing. And, for me, I thought it was, oh, he must have had a long week. However, then things started to kind of get put together. But then the whole night took a turn, because when we exited off the freeway, we went along this road that was kind of taking us in the middle of nowhere. We were in a residential area, and, we got lost 3 times, and we were pulling in and out of driveways, and really just I had no clue where we were going because we were in the middle of nowhere. And so I was like, oh great, he's not going to ask. I'm all excited for nothing. And
I want this to be completely a surprise.
We actually ended up having to ask somebody to tell us where this Stillwater Scenic Outlook was. And so after we asked somebody, we finally got there. And a lot of this was due to the road construction. So many roads were closed off, and there was no easy path to get there. So we ended up driving over the Scenic Outlook, and Luke and I got out, and he walked me up towards the ledge, and it overlooked the St. Croix River in Stillwater, and it was absolutely beautiful. And we stood there for a minute, and you know, he was touching me on the back of my arms like, isn't that beautiful? And I was like, yes, it is so beautiful. And then he told me to stay turned around, and then when he finally told me to turn around, he was down on one knee, and he was proposing, asking me to marry him. And it was a beautiful place for an engagement. However, the kicker is that he got one of my best friends, Kelsey, to come down and shoot the engagement, and I had no idea she was there. And his cousin Ty had a drone in the air kind of taking video and clips of the whole, the scenery and just the whole event. So also, to my surprise, a lot of Luke's friends and family were there, which was just really cool. And we all, after, went to Nelson's in Stillwater, which is an ice cream place, and it is probably one of the best places that you can go if you want a lot of ice cream for your money. The kid size is absolutely huge, but it was just a great night to end with celebrating with friends and family, and after we celebrated with his parents, and now we are here. We'll love continued prayers and support as Luke and I prepare to become husband and wife, and we could not be more excited to see where God leads us.